Hey guys, MWUSA Season 3, Episode 16. It is Sunday afternoon, and got a pile of work to do at home, pile of work to do at work. Looks like meetings all day Monday, including in person, and meetings on Tuesday, including in person. So I'm in kind of a pickle right now, trying to figure out how to make money. So right now what I'm hoping to do is get all my stuff done at home as early as possible and leave this evening to go play blackjack, slots, whatever, and see what I can do to make some money. So that's the plan for now. I'm not sure what's going to happen or if I'm going to have the opportunity to do it, but that's the plan. Temperature's finally up. The highest it's been in about a week and a half. It's 28 degrees. So things are good in the house. It's nice and warm, and car is in good order, so don't have to stress about that. So right now, letting you go, gonna try to get this stuff done, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. So I'm running around town getting errands done so that I can leave tonight. I've got 78 miles range, so I'm definitely going to have to get gas before I leave town. The problem with the car was, yes, the spark plugs and wires needed to be replaced, but oil was getting into where the plugs were because of a leaky gasket. So we had to take the top part of the motor off to put that gasket on, but everything's okay now. So should be dependable for quite a while now. So like I said, right now I'm running around trying to get things done. I'm creating a list so that I can get caught up at work tomorrow. I'm doing what I can from home and making a list of the essential things I need answers to in the morning, so it looks like I've been working all this time. And then I have 4 or 5 meetings tomorrow, including multiple in-person meetings, so I'll probably be in the office all day tomorrow. And then after that, Tuesday I'm going to try to get out of town, but I'm not sure if I can or not, but it's all going to be one step at a time here. This week, Wednesday, I'm going to go to a usual spot, but Thursday, I'm going to go to a different shop than normal. A little bit less opportunity, but I have some EV there that I need to pick up, probably around $400 in EV, so we'll try to play blackjack and slots there, and we'll see. We'll figure it out. Right now, I'm letting you go, and I'll be back to update you, hopefully, when I'm on my way to the first casino. Alright guys, I am back. I did get a chance to leave around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I am just leaving my first stop, and it was pretty busy. They changed things around. So generally, free play used to start on Sunday, now it starts on Monday, so I'll have to be back later on this week for that. That must have just started, because I could have sworn that it wasn't like that last week or the week before. Went and got some fuel before I came over here, and then I came in. It was very busy. Didn't find a lot of plays, but didn't see a lot of people checking machines either. Just kind of a quiet time right now. Played for about 20 minutes, and that was about it. Made my normal rounds and ended up leaving. It wasn't bad. I made $88, so that's something. I wanted to talk about last week. Had a okay start to the week, and then had a terrible whatever it was Wednesday, and then was playing the rest of the week to try to get back to even. And I did get back to even for the week, and actually ahead for the week. And now I'm back over 500,000 lifetime again. So everything is okay, and we're going to move on. And that day when I reached 500K, I said I'd probably fall below it at some point, and I did. And hopefully from here we go to the moon. So right now I'm moving on to the next spot. Generally, I would skip this next place, but due to a new game that's there, I'm going to take the extra 45 minutes of driving to go there, and hopefully I can make some money from it. It is a weekend, it is Sunday night, so I expect it's going to be crowded, but we're going to give it a shot for 45 extra minutes for my day. If if I could make an extra 100 or two, it would definitely be worth it. So there's definitely opportunity to make money with it, but it is a high variance game. So anyway, letting you go for now, and I'll be back to update you after my next stop. Alright guys, I am back. So I go into this place, and as expected, it's very busy. It's Sunday night, a lot of people in there. I did see a few Asians in there, but nothing really huge. They were kind of well behaved, because I think they know that their time there is short, because they're frankly being picked on by somebody at this point. Found a couple small plays, and I was ahead. Actually, after the first couple plays, I was down like 100. Okay, so I had a long play at $4 a spin, and I was down as much as 500 or so, 480. And then when I finished that play, I was only down about 13, and then only played a couple other machines. And I mean, there really wasn't much there, but I did well on the little things that I did play. Ended up ahead slightly, plus 125. I do have food available at this place, but I didn't want to use it when it was busy, because it would take forever. But maybe next time I come, it's good for it's like a package for half a month. So I've got plenty of time to use it by the end of the month. So maybe next time. So right now we're going to head off, and we're going to play some blackjack. And then generally from there, I'm going to go to another slots-only casino. But if I travel another hour further, which I hate to do, but I may have an opportunity to play some blackjack there as well. So I may get 2 casinos to play blackjack. And I think that'll give us a good shot. So we'll see. I'm also looking for some slots at this next place. It's rarely a place where I can find a slot play, but when I do, sometimes they could be pretty big. So that's what's going on right now. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier. There's still some accidents on the road. Saw a car completely fly off the road, hit a fence. So I just got to be careful out there. You guys got to watch it when there's any kind of dampness on the ground at all, and it's below freezing. Like if it goes above freezing during the daytime and then back below freezing at night, you get a lot of that black ice, hard to see. It looks like a reflection, but it's ice. So you got to keep both hands on the wheel if you can, and not talk on your phone doing a podcast while you're driving on the highway. So anyway, letting you go for now. I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I'm back. That wasn't very good. Walked in, very packed. Everything I expected it to be. I walk in the high limit area. There are 10 tables open. 1 empty table. $50 table. Beautiful. No mid-shoe entry. Wonderful. I walk up to the table, betting $50 minimum, negative shoe the whole shoe, lose $950 the first shoe. That was a nice start, and never was positive. Start grinding away, got back within 300. Next thing you know, I'm down 2,000. Started grinding away, and it was this up and down, back and forth, getting close, fall further down, getting close, fall further down. So I got to the point where I was in for 4,000, and I'm playing this table. I've got a negative running count. I've got about a deck to go, and this Asian young kid and this white young man comes to the table, and they throw money out like they own the place, right? They just throw it in the middle of the table like they own the joint. And it's not like a lot of money. It's like $300, maybe. Dealer ignores them. They push it a little bit closer. Dealer ignores them. I say, dude, it's a no mid-shoe entry. Again, he tries again. I'm like, come on. And then he's asking so many stupid questions. So I'm like, I'm just going to get up. I picked up exactly, I had exactly $500 in chips. I moved over to another table and started playing there, and was involved. I had to rebuy. I was in for 5,000. Then I had to rebuy. I was in for 6,000, because now I'm rebuying 1,000 at a time because I had high counts. and now I'm betting 500, 600, 700 a hand, and then the shoe ends, and I check, and I've got $2,000 in front of me. So I'm down 4,000. Play the next shoe. Now I'm down to like 600. Keep on playing, up and down, shoe after shoe after shoe, just grinding away. And then I get the shoe. It's like I go from having 800 in front of me to 2,500 in front of me, and I'm excited. You know, I'm in striking range now. I can make this happen. And it's hard, you know, when you end the shoe at 5 or 6 or 700, and then you're starting at 50. And then I had another decent shoe, got me up to about 4,000, and then I started falling back down again. And then I had this crazy shoe where I won probably 85% of the hands, and I would lose one and then win 3 or 4 more, and then lose one, win 3 or 4 more. But I strung together like 15 or 16 hands, but it was all negative counts. So I'm betting minimum, table minimum. So, okay, you win 5 or 6 at table minimum and you don't raise your bet, they're going to wonder what the heck's going on. Why aren't you raising your bet? So I'd add a quarter to it, and then I'd wait until I lost the hand and go back to $50 because it's a negative count. Well, at one point, it kept on winning and winning and winning. And he's like, you understand that you won like $2,000 at 50 and 75? Why weren't you raising? Because I would have been ahead 3,000 or 4,000, right? But that's luck. And we don't play luck. We play the odds, and we play, you know, math. So anyway, long story short, I was at the table for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I spread from one hand at $50 up to, so one hand at $50 up to one hand at $700. The low for the session was minus 5,400. The high for the session was plus 100. And I left on a negative count, plus 100, on that miracle negative count shoe. I wasn't going to continue it, but I left it. And I'm on my way to the next spot. Now, the problem now was I had 6,100 in chips. So I go cash like 2,600. Go back, cash 2,500, something like that, and now I've got 1,000 in chips that I'm taking with me. I'm going to head off to a nearby casino and play there, and then come back and maybe play some blackjack, maybe not, probably not, because I was putting on quite a show there for a while, and pretty much everybody there didn't recognize me. One pit boss did, and she didn't remember my name, and she's like, oh, what's your name? I forget. And I gave her my fake name, and the funny thing is, 2 or 3 dealers there knew who I was, but they weren't around. I mean, they were in the pit, but they didn't hear. And then at the end, she's like, see you later, Joe, nice seeing you again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they didn't hear, because they know that's not my name. But anyway, all right, so far we're hanging in there. We're moving on to the next place, and I'll be back to update you shortly. All right, one other thing I wanted to add. When I was playing at that table, had the negative count, and the 2 young kids come to the table and throw the money out on the table, they had no clue how to play blackjack. And that's the craziest thing, because I could see them from the table that I moved to, and I could see them playing and asking questions. And I remember at one point, the Asian kid asks the dealer, he says, what's this insurance policy you can take? Insurance policy? You don't know what insurance is in blackjack, and you're playing in high limit? And, you know, they're buying in for about $300. I saw them leave and come back a couple times with more money, so maybe they're just taking a shot together. They're like working together, pooling their money, and hoping that they could make some money. I don't know. I mean, when I was that age, I really didn't gamble. It wasn't until later on in my probably mid to late 20s. I'd say, yeah, mid 20s at least, before I started to gamble. But, you know, if you're in college and you've got expenses and stuff like that, and you really want to waste hundreds of dollars on a high limit table, wouldn't you want to just have fun and just like go to a $10 table or play a 50-cent slot machine and hang out with your friends? I don't know. Maybe they think they have a system. You know, I've seen so many of these websites and podcasts that claim to have systems, and you bet this much, and if you lose, you bet this much, and then once you get ahead, you leave. I recently found an old slot book that I bought over 20 years ago, trying to learn how to beat slots, and they promised that they would teach you how to beat slots, and it would be like, all right, well, it takes one coin to make the slot work, so put in one coin at a time, and whatever you win, put it in a different bucket, and if whatever you win is more than what you started with, play with only what you won, and then after you run that through again, whatever you have, move on to another machine. And okay, well, so all you're doing is delaying the inevitable, but I guess if you're having fun, but it's not a system to make money, because you're not making money, you're not doing anything different to make money. But you know, if this kid thinks that he's got some kind of system, that's all I can think of. So anyway, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. This is not turning out to be the fun night that I wanted. Went into that place and it was pretty much dead in there. There's some people in there, but not much action happening. I did find one machine that was in really good range and played that through, and it was just a cheap lower limit amount. And at my high point, I was up like 76, but by the time I finished the play, I was only up like $6. Moved on, found another machine, played that, and that took a couple bucks from me, like $25. And then went into another area, found another machine, played that, and lost like $100. And then one more machine, and after I finished 2 plays on that one, I ended up ahead a whopping $12. So plus $12. I was in there for about 40 minutes, played a couple long plays. I did find one machine that has a very long-term play, but I did not play it even though it's positive EV for a couple reasons. The most important reason is because of the bet amount. The bet amount was too small and it wasn't worth it. I wasn't going to make enough money. And number 2, it was going to take approximately between 7,500 and 9,000 spins, and that was going to take a lot of time, and it's already very late at night, and I have to be able to get home in time to snooze for an hour or 2 and then go to work. So for those reasons, I let that play go. I texted a friend, asked him if he wanted it, and he agreed that it was not worth the time. So we let that go. So at this point, I was going to go back to the same casino that I played blackjack at, but it's still the same shift for the cashiers. I don't know if it's worth it or not. I don't think it's worth it. I am going to be back there sometime this week, so I'll cash that last 1,000 in chips then. And right now, I don't want to make this decision here, but I kind of feel like the best decision is to skip the blackjack right now, because it did take me a couple hours at that table, and it's another hour each way to the casino where I can play blackjack, a different casino where I can play blackjack. So that's like 3 extra hours I wasn't really expecting. I think I'm going to let that go. So I'm going to move on to the next spot, and then I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. Well, I can say this. I can say that I worked a long day today. I don't know if I can say a prosperous day today, but we're still making money. So still have a perfect record today, and that's nice. It's not the most important thing, but it's nice to see. So, man, it's been so long. I've been in there for about almost an hour, I would say. Let's see here, just trying to step back here. I walk in, I check out this machine that I've been working on lately. If anything, I'm getting a lot of points for it, and I'm getting a lot of experience. I'm getting a lot of spins, and I'm learning a lot about it and how to make money and when not to play and things like that. So I looked at that machine and there was nothing on there, but it's there's 3 different areas in this casino where they have this machine. So I checked all 3 of them eventually found a bunch of plays on, I'd say, 5 or 6 different plays on 3 machines that were sitting next to each other. And I just went back and forth, betting anywhere from 75 cents up to over about $12 a spin. So even accidentally bet $20 a spin twice, and that really stinks. It really does hurt. But I was able to grind my way into a profit on that machine. It's definitely a long grind for a little bit of money, but it gives you a lot of ideas of what you can do when you have a machine where you're breaking even. Let's see, I played a couple other machines, checked a lot of machines, but in the long run, this machine I was just talking about is the one that made me the majority of my money. And by the time I was done in there, I was ahead $184. So plus $184, and there is a very different crowd in there right now than normally. Normally, this would be an older crowd. Now, there is, see, I don't know how to say things without sounding like I'm rude here. There's a different group. Let's just say younger people and a big variety of people are in there right now. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing going on. And again, this is another place where I have food that expires later on in the month, and I'll be back later on to get some of that. Right now it is 1 a.m. It is 10 degrees outside, and I'm on my way to another casino, so I don't have to be at work till 8. What's wrong with you? Why would I head back home? So moving on right now to another casino. I have to say that I'm not very happy with the way things turned out today. I am happy that I was able to make my money back on the blackjack. I don't think I was too obvious. I think I played a good game, let's just say, with the casino, where I did not look like I was doing what I was doing. A good act, let's say. Yeah, really, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to let you go, hop into this next casino, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So, I was in there forever. I was in there almost, like, at least an hour and a half. And I was playing higher denomination machines. $5 a spin, $6 a spin, $8 a spin, $10 a spin machines. I'm trying to think what was the lowest denomination that I played. I think 60 cents. So I played all that stuff, and anything that I could get my hands on that had any kind of possibility of making money, I was doing it. And I had some big swings. At my low point, I was down, I want to say like $1,246, $1,266, something like that. And I ended up hitting a jackpot on my last machine, and that pulled me pretty far ahead. You know, today was like, you know, scrounging here and there, and it never feels good to spend a lot of time and your gas and be away from home and be by yourself and all that kind of stuff, and then lose money or make very little for your risk. And today was like that. It was, you know, I was only up about $500 and something, I think, for the day. And you know, I can't say I was upset, but I wasn't happy. And this stop pulled me out of that. I ended up leaving ahead $1,646. So $1,646 profit there. And when I got the jackpot, everybody came around to look at it. And this machine locks up, right? That's what they lock up until you get paid. But it locked up with the volume way up. So everybody is hearing all this noise that lets them know that I just made a lot of money. And of course, that gets all the attention. And one thing you don't want at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of nowhere where you don't live, is a lot of attention that you made a lot of money. And people were coming around and asking me what I did and how I did it and all this stuff. And of course, you play stupid, which I am. I got lucky. I was down so much money. Oh my God. So then the guy takes forever to come. And, there's nobody in there. I mean, there's 100 people in there, this big casino, and it takes forever for the guy to come pay me. And he comes and he gets my ID, and then he leaves, and it takes a good 20 plus minutes before he comes back with my money. And I was getting a little bit concerned, because every once in a while I get this weird thing that happens that says I owe $100 in taxes, and I must have paid that $100 so many times. In fact, that's on my to-do list, to contact them and find out what happened with all that money I kept paying them, even though I never lived in that city. But I was starting to worry, because this property is related to the property that I got banned from, and it's not very far from there. So every time I go to get a new player's card, they're like, you're banned from so-and-so place? Yes, I know. Every time I get a hotel, you're banned from that place, but we don't mind. I'm like, well, why do you keep mentioning it then, So when it took him forever, I thought, oh man, this guy is ignorant. He doesn't understand how things work, and he probably thinks I'm banned from here, and it's going to be a big deal. It's going to take forever. But luckily, everything worked out. Didn't have to worry about it. He came over. He paid me. I should have given him less of a tip, but that's the only time I tip, is if I win a jackpot. I'll give him, I used to give him $5 or $10. Now I'm a little bit more generous. I'll give him $10 on a jackpot, and if it's over like 5,000, I'll give him 20. This is part of their job. It's what they do. They get paid hourly anyway, and if he would just do his job a little bit faster, he'd get more tips, right? So anyway, that's what happened there. Right now, by the time I get home, it's going to be after 5, and I need to get up around 6:30, because I'm not driving anywhere tomorrow, or otherwise I'd be going home, changing, and leaving. So the plan is the following. Go home, get a couple hours of sleep, maybe hour sleep, and then get up, get my stuff ready for work, go to work, and then leave work like an hour after I get there. Go to a slots-only casino, then drive back to work and have a stack of meetings, a bunch of meetings that I have to do, and then, pending everything is okay at home, leave again tomorrow night for another overnight, come back early in the morning, Tuesday morning. Then I have 5 or 6 meetings, including a team meeting, which is our holiday dinner, which we didn't take because people were on vacation, but they insist on having this holiday lunch to make up for the holiday dinner that we didn't have. And then meetings with today and tomorrow with the director. And I've got a bunch of questions ready to ask first thing in the morning, so that I get my stuff in order, so when I go to the meetings, I'm prepared. And then Wednesday, Thursday are 2 long days, and then Friday is going to be a medium day. So Wednesday, it's going to be about 450 miles, Thursday about 400 miles, Friday about 350 miles, and that would be it for the week. So a lot of stuff going on. Right now, I'm going to start heading toward home, and I'll be back to update you shortly. Alright guys, I am back. Man, right now, almost 5 o'clock, almost about 4:30, and I'm about 45 miles away from home. Long day, but it's about to get a lot longer. Gonna get a little bit of sleep, get right back to work, and get right back on the road. I'm gonna get gas in the morning on my way to work, and we'll see how things go. So right now I'm gonna let you go. If you have any questions or comments, it's mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you later today.